Hello viewers, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about why the market profile traders are failure in market, why their trades always failure. So we are going to discuss their part. Is market profile traders their analyze method is correct? So where the mistake will happen? So for every profile traders, they don't know the first step, they do the mistake, the where the trend will stop. So whether downtrend or uptrend, some stop is there. They don't know second step, they don't know the range of the bell curve, where the development going to happen. And the third mistake, they don't know the standard deviation levels. So standard deviation is main part, because every index or stocks, the price it will react in the standard deviation only. So for standard deviation levels they don't know. And the main thing, the main thing is internal time clock. So internal time clock is the DNA of the market. Nobody follow the concept. Why the internal time clock is important? It will give the range of the bell curve and give the structure, and it will also show the bell curve is developed or not. If once the bell curve is developed, you have to go for the other levels, other values. So this internal time clock you have to always check. You cannot follow the internal time clock. Then fourth step, they will not follow the bell curve auction process. So bell curve auction process, what happened in initial stage, what happened in middle stage, what happened in final stage. How the internal time clock, it help the bell curve auction process and give the signs of for development process. So these steps they will not follow the market profile traders. After they have to, after development the bell curve, then what the auction process going to happen, what the profile it will tell you. So they will not follow the after development bell curve process. And main thing, they don't know the trade location. So where they have to enter, where they have to exit, they don't know the main thing, trade location. So if you are entered in wrong location, your trade will be failure. If you are enter in correct location, your trade will be in success. So this trade location they will not follow that, and they will not follow the confirmation of the trade, whether we can take entry or exit. This because intraday players they have to follow the confirmation whether they can enter the trade today or they have to avoid the trade. After confirmation they have to enter. So these are the steps. They will not follow the market profile traders. Market profile traders, they think that we have some basic concepts, open drive, open test drive, 80% rule, and we know the IB concept, and buying, selling print, single print, emotional buying, so inventory adjustment, so neutral extreme day, normal day. So these things, they think that these are the main thing in market profile. These things knows we are success in market. They are thinking that, but the true is not. This all intraday concept we have to use for the just like indicator only. Why? This it will give the indications to where the location you have to enter and where you have to exit the trade. These concepts, these are the concepts, main concept they believe that, and the book itself it will give the this concept, but you have to always backtest all your profiles, previous history, database, then only you have to come to know the real market profile. So without all the information, if you are entered in the trade, you will be failure only. So what analyze method you are going to follow. Is your analyze method is correct or not? You have to check. So what type of analyze method you are going to follow? Check the index Nifty. It is all in overlapping in the same valley area. So there is some development process happened. Then the new trend started here, it coming out. Then here some incomplete auction. Here some development going on. After development, it will coming out of the other new valley area. So why here some development? What are the profiles it will tell you, where the trend stops. You have to follow all this. So you have to, another thing, you have to follow the range of the bell curve, where the development going to happen, and check with internal time clock. What the internal time clock it will tell you, whether the range of the bell curve, its auction process is complete or incomplete. You have to follow all these things. So once the range of the bell curve you can identify it, you can get the standard deviation levels. If the standard deviation levels is perfect, then you can take the entry in -1 standard deviation. So -1 standard deviation is always for buying the for buying, and +1 standard deviation you have to look for short only. So without development, it will not, price will not go anywhere. So it will coming from +1 standard deviation to -1 standard deviation. So you have to check, and you have to merge the profile properly. If your merging is wrong, your standard deviation will be wrong. So you have to need proper training for this merging, and you have to follow the clear auction process, because your standard deviation levels are changed, your trade also will be failure. So market profile is fantastic tool. It will give all the information of the market, but how you are going to use, that is the main thing. If you are using perfect, your merging is perfect, you can find the standard deviation levels perfect, then your entry exit is also perfect. No, you cannot lose any money in market. So second, the bank nifty, the auction process begins here, where the development starts. What the profile it will tell you. So how the range of the bell curve, this auction process is completed or not. So new trend started here. So where that trend stops, what the internal time clock inside it will tell you, whether the range of the bell curve it's developed or not. You have to check where the trade location, how to enter the trade location, you have to merge the profile, how to calculate the standard deviation levels. So these all things you have to understand. And if you are make like a wrong merging, and if you make wrong standard deviation calculation, your again lose in market is huge. So you have to need proper training for the profile merging, and you have to need proper training for the calculation of standard deviation levels. Once you are perfect in these levels, then you know the real auction process. You can follow the institution, because institutions, they know the standard deviation levels, they are enter in correct standard deviation levels, and they are exit in correct standard deviation levels. So in market profile, it will give the footprint of institutions. You have to follow the institutions. So once you know the range of the bell curve, and you know the internal time clock, you know the standard deviation level, then you can automatically you can follow with the institutions. These are all you have to need proper training and setup for merging the profile, how to calculate the standard deviation, how to calculate the internal time clock, what are the internal time clock it will tell you. So third things, once the range of the bell curve you found, then it will give you the clear structure, its development for what is happening in initial stage of development, what is happening in the middle stage of the development, what is happening in the final stages of development, what are the ranges after development, what are the ranges it's going to test. So this one plus 1 standard deviation, this one plus 1 standard deviation, this one minus 1 standard deviation. Once after development, if the seller strength is strong, then over development the price automatically come for the other levels, 1 standard deviation, 1 standard deviation level 2 and standard deviation level 3. So once reached this standard deviation 3, the real auction process between the bell curve is completed. This is the real auction process happened in the market with the complete development. So these are all the steps you have to know, where you have to enter the trade, where you have to exit the trade, what is the initial stage, what is the middle stage development, what are the internal clock, it will tell you. So every stages of development, internal time clock, it will help you. So whether you can take entry for development or you have to exit. So these are so many things happened in market. So these are the real auction process. If you are understand wrong market concept, profile concept, your trade will be loose only, because some of the profile traders, they don't know the clear location. So you have to watch all this, and you need proper training setup. You have to learn proper method, analyze method of market profile. So market profile, how we can use, if you are using properly, your trade will be success. If you are losing the concept and you are selecting the concept is it's different, your trade also will be different, because every profile traders, they have to clearly, they have to match the profile and they have to mark the standard deviation levels. So they have to check the what are the internal time clock, it will tell you. So these are all so many things happened in market. So need proper training and proper analyze method, and you have to back test the old data. So these are all so many things, because if you are wrong, if you are learn wrong concept in market profile, if you enter the trade, your loss will be huge. So don't do that. Make proper entry setup, and you have to make the proper trained, and you have to analyze the full method of market profile. So once you learn, after that you have to enter in market. Without this, don't enter in market, your trade will be failure, because as per SEBI report, you know, the past 2 years the F&O traders are still failure only. So you have to be very careful. The market should be is yours. You have to learn the proper method, and you have to know the proper analyze method. You have to make your entry exit setup. So you have to make some clear calculation of internal time clock, and you have to make the what are the auction process in bell curve development. So these steps you have to follow, and you have to make success in market. So these are the this is my advice to everyone. Learn proper method of market profile, and you will be success in market. So thank you all. Thank you for supporting my channel.